One was being in Africa and meeting him with his bus. And I was in a fairly comfortable position sitting in one place, and he and his group were bombing around in this bus in difficult countries with a bus that was, as I recall, in need of mechanical attention. And they were really on the ground, really doing the frontline work and not resting comfortably, not just talking, but really on the front lines, really working. And it was so impressive to me. He was more than a sannyasi in that regard, that he was not considering risk, not considering do we have support here or not support here, but just going out and doing it and depending on Krishna, which is the standard. And the standard of pure devotional service and renounced life and preaching in that spirit. So it was very impressive to me. And even though it seemed to me when I met him that they were trying to sort out some sort of mess, he was jolly as anything.
I appreciated his simplicity, Somehow or other he was from an other era, from that era where the Hare Krishna movement was very simple and where devotees would sleep on the floor, and he never lost that. Others moved on, but he didn't move on. He was just that kind of a person, a very strong mind, and not concerned with his body. He was a person who was leading from the front, involved in grassroots preaching. He never led from an office or anything like that, just on the ground with the people. Many people took great inspiration from Tribhuvanatha. It was a great shock when he suddenly left the planet, and some devotees didn't know what to do, because they were waiting for him to sort of, take disciples. He was, of course, kind of going towards sannyas. That was what was coming next. He's talking about it, and he obviously had those qualifications, because he was very much like an avyarta kalatvam person. That means someone who doesn't waste a moment, and every moment just engaged in preaching. He was always a man on a mission, the pioneering type, goes into unknown territory. People like that are often not meant for a more established situations when the committees come in and all the meetings come in. And that was just not him. He couldn't really function so well in that arrangement, so he would always look for some pioneering place, and that's where we would sometimes meet, because I'm also a little bit blind in that area. That was him, a man who just totally identified with that preaching spirit of the early days, when that was everything, kept that, was a leader in those early days, and kept on leading in that way, and never changed a bit. Also didn't need to, and was highly respected. Yeah, then shortly after his departure, we had this Harinam in London, and I was there for that one. We ended singing Jai Tribhuvanatha, Jai Tribhuvanatha. Maybe Prabhupada took him for his mission somewhere, because he was just completely ready to do anything that Prabhupada wanted. Tribhuvanatha Prabhu Ki Jai.